Are you trying to climb the Duolingo leaderboards? Did your friend just pass you in XP because they are on the tree formation and you're on the path formation, so you can't just repair the same lessons over and over again, and now you're sick of it and you're ready to bury them for good? Did Duolingo just offer you Super for 3 days? Well, here's what you can do. First of all, don't do stories when you are on Super Duolingo. This is because, assuming you're on a language that has stories, you already have stories anyways when you're on regular Duolingo, so you're not getting any extra XP when you're on Super Duolingo. But if you have double XP, sure, go for it, because you get that nice 20 XP that you get every like 12 hours or 24 hours, whatever it is. However, yeah, so do it when you can, when it's opportune. If you have Super Duolingo, go back and do all the legendaries. Save your legendaries when you have double XP and Super, because you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay extra gems for it. So now you go back, you then get the 80 XP. Right now, I only have the picture of the 40 XP. That's the way it is because I'm not on double XP right now, but that's the way it is. So when you're in Super, go back, do a bunch of legendaries. With double XP is the ideal, but you can just go back and get 40 XP, and that's super easy. And obviously, it's a lot easier when you go through stories and you just get 40 XP for clicking through. Next, if you are doing the speaking, do it on web. This is important because it saves you a tiny bit of time, actually. when when you're on the phone, you have to click to speak and then you have to click check. This is fine. You can use your thumb and move it down, or you can use two hands. But if you're on the computer, you can argue you have to move your mouse, but also you have an enter key and you can just go through all of that and then it works out, and that is fine. So those are the 3 tips. But really, here are some like general tips. Just enjoy it. You can go through the personalized practice and go through your mistakes, because that will actually help you. You can see what's important, what you miss, all of that stuff. And also, Match Madness was just fun. This is an old one. My max combo is a lot better now. And now, here are some actual general tips for Duolingo, which most people already know. For example, Lily and Lynn, they are a lot more monotone compared to the other characters, compared to especially like Zari and Junior. They're a lot more energetic, full of life. So you have to match that when you're doing your speaking. That way you can get it. Also, in my opinion, Falstaff is the hardest to mimic, and I always struggle with him or with the bear, because their voice is just, I can't replicate that in a way that is efficient and effective. I usually have to go through, it's not uncommon for me to go through a couple tries, while the other ones I can get it in the first take. Now, if you are speedrunning, go to your phone, and instead of opening the app, you can open Chrome or whatever browser you use and go to duolingo.com and sign in, and you can avoid the video ad so you don't get the Super Duolingo. But also, if you're in Super Duolingo, this does not affect you. This is just general. Turn off motivational messages, because while they're nice, they are just taking up your time. I also don't have sound on because I can't stand hearing that ding all the time. And now, when you do spoken uh, exercises, you can submit it when it's half registered. You can obviously also interrupt them saying the prompt at first, and just click on the microphone and then you say it and then you click it. So you click it early and you click it early. You click it early to start and you click it early to end it, if it registers around half of it, and it'll usually be correct. Sometimes it does not work. Like, I talk about en van Allemagne. I can't do that. I still can't say the word Germany in French, and it's also with Falstaff, so it really didn't work for me. Now, if you value your XP over learning, which is not really recommended, because why are you really doing Duolingo? Maybe you just really want to bury your friend and just have a lot more XP than them. But like most of the time you want to learn a new language, this is not exactly good. But yeah, since you can submit your spoken answer when it's half registered, you can theoretically just say half the answer and then just click submit and it'll work. Or just let it eventually register and it'll be like, ah, yes, we heard this part, and then it's good. But it's kind of weird. You're not saving that much time. I tried that today. It works. You just say it and then you stop halfway in the sentence, and then that's it. And it's just, you're not saving that much time. But if you're like, maybe you speak really slowly or something, So maybe it is effective for some people. Another thing, when you're doing typing answers, don't use accents. Most of the time, they accept it. I say most of the time because I'm pretty sure it's all of the time, but I'm also only doing French, so maybe other languages are different. I also don't use punctuation because that might just mess things up. And also, uh, if you have autocorrect on your phone, make sure you are on the proper language, or else sometimes you're going to press space and it's going to autocorrect and it'll be in English again and you'll just get it wrong. Um, Also, you can just not press space sometimes, which sometimes is helpful, sometimes not helpful. Sometimes it'll just autocorrect to something else um, if you're on the wrong language. Uh, but if you don't press space, sometimes you just had a typo, and that's really bad. It just doesn't make sense, and then it won't help. Uh, yeah, if you're going through a story or whatever, don't click on the words to clarify pronunciation or click on the little volume button again. Um, yeah, you can like go through and look at meanings if it's in a story because it does not pause or restart the conversation. But if you don't care about the pronunciation, just don't click on any of them and just assume there's enough context to keep going. So if your hearts don't matter, you can just click on the first answer, especially when you have the sound wave ones, because it's like a 50-50 chance. You just click through, memorize which one you click. Maybe you click the first one, so next time you click the second one. Um, or if you have one of those really long ones, the ones that give you like a huge block of text and then gives you three answers, you have a 33% chance of getting it correct. But you can also, once you get it wrong, you can just memorize which word you had. But also, again, if hearts don't matter, you can just do it all over again. Actual tips. Replace a habit. You don't have to replace a habit. You can just do it along with another habit. Like if I'm brushing my teeth, I can do Duolingo. I can't really do much speaking, but I can do to some degree the typing or like clicking the ones to fill out the sentence. Or as I've done, I've just replaced instead of going to Twitter, I just replaced going with Twitter to doing Duolingo. But you can also just have it complimentary where you go do a lesson on Duolingo first and then go on Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat or Be Real, whatever it is. If you're on desktop for speaking, or typing, it is ideal. Also, if you have your keyboard in that language, that is ideal because if you're on your phone, you can easily swipe, but I type faster on a computer, so it's nice if you actually have those keys. Phone for matching, obviously, because on the computer, it's a lot of mouse movement. Maybe you have a touch screen. If so, great, good for you. Yeah, that's good. That is a good way to do it. And then multitask, super easy. Uh, when you do speaking or do stories, stories is good because you're just most of the time you're just clicking next, and then once in a while you click the yes nos. Um, and then speaking is great. I can do it while I'm walking or cooking or whatever because I hear it, I say it, and then I go back and click it. And then because you're multitasking, watch where you're walking. It's like Pokemon Go. When you're on the sidewalk, sometimes it goes up and down, and don't cross the street while you're looking at your phone, obviously. And lastly, Duolingo is not going to get you. You're going to be okay despite all the memes. It's okay to break your streak. It's okay to demote out of Diamond. It's alright to waste an XP boost. Learn at your own pace. Also, speaking of the XP boost, do you know that they stack? I started doing this lesson, this little Duolingo session, because I had like 15 minutes of the XP, and then I kept doing it, and I got another 15 XP, and then while I was doing that 15 XP, I got another 30 XP. I got too excited, I guess, when I got the second XP, so it doesn't show you the time, or it doesn't show you the time the time limit that I got for that one. But if you look at the time in the top left corner, this is like within 2 minutes. So it just stacks, and then you're just held hostage